Hello and welcome to the Rap Studios. My name is Beatrice Verhoeven, and we're at the Toronto International Film Festival about to talk The Lighthouse. We have Willem Dafoe, Robert Eggers, and Robert Pattinson. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So I kind of wanted to start off with, what is the movie about, and then what is the movie really about?
What the movie is about is two lighthouse keepers on a very remote island off the coast of Maine at the turn of the century get stranded there during a terrible storm. And what it's really about is how nothing good happens when two men are trapped in a giant phallus. Write it down.
How did you guys ever have to distress or de-stress after a scene, especially that one crazy monologue that you delivered just because he didn't like your cooking?
There's that. De-stress, we worked and we went to sleep. Yeah. That's what was beautiful about this movie. It was pretty full on, and we worked every day, and there were long hours and really extreme weather. And it was a beautiful way to work because there was nothing else but what we were doing. So de-stress, you de-stress by waking up in the morning and doing it again.
Doing your job and doing it all over again. What about you? Did you have to kind of, after a scene, go...
I was pretty charged up at the end of every day, to be honest. I think once you're really... it's a very adrenalized scenes, and by the end of the day, I think you're keeping us up so wound up the whole time. By the end of the day, I was like, I wanted to go out clubbing. No, but there's nowhere to go.
You're literally isolated.
Just chasing my tail.
But I think that reflects a little bit the difference of the two characters, because he's holding a lot. He's holding a lot in all day, keeping a lot of secrets, and I'm just kind of splatting. So by the end of the day, I was pretty chill.
Yeah.
I transferred it all onto him. I dumped on him.
And you wanted to go to bed after shooting, and you wanted to go out partying. So literal, ends of the spectrum. And I was wondering what your most fun scene was to shoot, because I loved the whole dancing around the table scene, and I was like, oh, if that were me, I would have had the best time doing that. So I kind of wanted to pick your brain about it.
It was very satisfying. They got lots of cheers from the crew. People were really pumped when we shot that scene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I preferred the slow dance.
Of course. Robert did too.
I think that was one of the most out-of-body experiences I've ever. I am terrified of dancing. My idea of hell is someone continuously asking me to dance, and I say no, and they won't accept no as an answer. That's what if I end up going to hell, that's what it will be. But with that scene, it was a therapy exercise, just to kind of force myself to do it.
So you had to mentally prepare for that, is what you're saying.
Even doing the rehearsals, I was like doing that dance rehearsal, and there's no one even watching, and I was still like.
I have that same visceral reaction when I have to public speak. I cannot do it. Cannot do it. Did you do anything to mentally and physically prepare for the roles?
They grew facial hair.
Yes.
Learned an accent. Of course, there was lots of research. Robert Eggers is a freak for research, so he gave us a lot of fun material to look at. Everything from old videos of lighthouse keepers being interviewed, to old vintage footage, to different accent tapes, songs. There was lots of stuff. Just to kind of get you in the mood, put you there.
Yeah. Robert?
A lot of voice things. I mean, it was one of those accents where the vowels and the syllables sound. It's a kind of an amalgamation of a few different accents, and like what the actual accent is. And it's one of those things. If you say one syllable wrong, you're just suddenly going into a completely different world. So I think that was the major thing. I love just walking around Halifax, kind of muttering to myself.